What up, y'all? It's Raw Racer, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'll be comparing the differences between the new drift tuning and the low grip tires that we already have in the game. Now, I've been trying this for like a couple of minutes. I'm not even going to sit up here and lie to you. So this is just my first impressions of how they both act. I will be using two different cars for this test because I don't really have a lot of cash right now on the game to be like buying two remises and just testing them, or even just taking the drift tuning off. But I will be just comparing it off of like tests, and I will make like another video eventually when I've mastered both to just compare them like a little bit more properly. But this is just like first test and just seeing which one is probably better to spend your money on. Now the drift tuning costs 190,000. It doesn't really give you any like visual upgrades or like performance upgrades. Now I will say this: after you put on the drift tuning, you're not able to customize like the engine or anything after that. So if you do want the motor to be like maxed out or anything, you have to do it before. I know a lot of people probably made that mistake and they're like, "Oh man, I gotta." None of my cars like because they say that the cars are supposed to be the same speed, but you guys know how GTA is. Nothing is ever truly correct with them, and it actually does make a speed difference when your engine's not maxed and when it is maxed. And honestly, it's actually easier to drift if it is maxed out. Or you could like do different tune settings for like the engine and all that to maximize like, the amount that your tires slip and all that. Because I know a lot of people don't really want max engine for drifting. It's not really the best, most optimal thing. And some people have like different preferences towards that. I mean, if you want like, everything to be stock, like the motor and all that. And I'm pretty sure at this point, a lot of people who have the Remus already is already a maxed out car anyway. But that's just a little Rockstar bug. They don't allow you to like upgrade the motor anymore. So just keep that in mind. But here's me coming out of the garage. And I will say that it actually feels pretty decent. It's pretty hard to go in a straight line. I think that's probably because of the snow, because it is Christmas time. And Merry Christmas to everybody, by the way, as well. I know I haven't uploaded in a year. I just, decided, man, I gotta at least make something, like a 1 year anniversary video, or at least something that's, not like another game, because it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to upload like 2K, which I don't play, or like, Gran Turismo. So I thought, it's been 1 year, I might as well come back with like something that's, classic, But um, it felt honestly the drift tuning for costing what it does. It feels solid. I will say, it's definitely easy to slide the car. And honestly, if you do want to take drifting in GTA seriously, I would honestly prefer this over like anything else because you'll see in a minute with the low grip tires. Yes, the low grips cost less, but in my opinion, the low grip tires don't really handle as well. And they kind of messed them up because the original low grips, like before they patched all, like trying to patch all like the speed glitches and all that, they're actually pretty solid. Honestly, it was actually pretty decent for like drifting some way, especially if you lowered the car. But as you'll see in a minute, it's not really the best anymore, in my opinion. And I honestly would prefer this over that. Now, if you're strapped for cash, it's honestly just easier to just lower the car all the way down. Like the Banshee is still like a pretty decent drift car in game. I tested that out, but I just didn't want to put it in the video because I mean, it's like it's comparing a glitch to like something that's just like a standard feature in the game. And I didn't really want to do that. I mean, if you guys want to see like the differences and all that, I will show it. But if I'm being honest, I would much rather have this. Now, like I said before, the cars there are two different cars. So it might just be based off of the vehicle. I know some drift cars in the game aren't going to be as good as others. I know the Remus is one of the better ones in the game for a lot of people because it's a little bit more controllable. I don't really know all of them because I haven't. I don't really play. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really play GTA like I used to. It just hasn't been fun for me, I guess, because it's just. I mean, it's too old. The game's been out for a decade. And they were showing that in the game. And when I was playing, that it had been 10 plus years already. And I mean, that's really the only reason I haven't uploaded, is just because I didn't want to upload content that I knew y'all didn't want to see. I didn't think that was fair, but it's also not fair that I just left and just didn't give a response. I have actually had a few videos coming out, but when I tried to upload them, they got copyrighted due to like the music and all that. So I just decided, maybe let's just like dial it back. But I didn't honestly. A year crept up on me so quickly. So that's my apologies for just not making anything for so long. I am gonna try to come back. If you guys want to see like a live stream or something, just let me know down in the comments. I will do that. I just I just haven't had really a lot of time really. But that's pretty much all I got to say for that. But again, back to the drifting. It's honestly pretty solid. I actually like it. It's not difficult to learn. Like if you give it like a few minutes, you'll actually be able to like hit tandems and all that. And I'm trying to drift that hit like a little incline, and that car just blocks me. But let's get to the low grip tires. Now I put it on the Previan. I don't really think this is like the best vehicle to do it on. I am gonna try it again with like a different car, like the Jester Classic or something, because I know that car is pretty decent when it comes to like braking traction. But this car is just it's really fast, and for $475, anyone could do that. But for the price of a few bullets, you could lower the car and probably have a better experience. But here's me coming out of the garage off the first like impression. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is that since they did nerf the low grip tires, it made it to where they just have like a really slow spin at the start, and it kind of gets you like weirdly going. And also the fact that I noticed if you have like the suspension up or down, it doesn't really affect the cars anymore. Before it kind of made it a little bit easier to do a drift. Like when it was lowered, especially with the low grips, it made it easier to drift. But now it's kind of like a little hard. And I also noticed another thing that it just doesn't slide as well. As you can see in the video, it's just not really wanting to like it won't connect. It won't give you the chance to connect, and it causes more oversteer than like actually like drifting it. And it feels like I'm just driving in the snow regularly with like a really slow, super slow launch. So if you're drag racing, you definitely don't want to have low grips on your car anymore. As you can see, I'm trying to connect stuff, and it's like it kind of does it, but it doesn't really allow you to. Like it's like you're fighting the car more than the car than actually having control. And I think that's what a lot of people are gonna like more about the drift tuning is that the drift tuning is way more controllable. But if you're able to master like the low grip tire drifting, you're just the best at drifting in this game. But I haven't found any of like the races and stuff for the drifting because I was trying to look for it for the video, but I couldn't find it for some reason. So if anyone could like tell me where it's at on like the menu and all that, can you just comment that down below? Because I was looking for like a good minute, but I just couldn't find it. But I mean the update's pretty solid. They're adding a lot of cool cars in the game. I know they added the cop cars in it. They all look cool. But for 3 mil, I can't do it, bro. That's just too expensive for something that, we've been asking for. But like, come on, bro. They could have at least made it like 20 or 30K. It's not that deep, or at least made it free for Christmas. Like, come on, bro. But that's really pretty much it. If I'm being honest, I would rather go with the drift tuning. But if you're on a budget, you might as well just lower the car. At least then you can drive it normally and don't have to take it on and off every time you want to like switch. Because if I'm being honest, these tires aren't really that good for drifting anymore. So it maybe I don't know if it's because of the snow, but that's because they always act like this regardless. But that's pretty much all I gotta say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll try to upload more stuff as like the new year comes in. I really do want to get back into YouTube, and I actually do want to try like new stuff, especially with the announcements of GTA 6. I could just start building up hype for that, and that's all I really gotta say. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And, force me to make new content, bro. Like, give me ideas what y'all want to see. Comment that all down below. But that's all I got to say. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a good Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Take care, y'all.